Welcome, Hordlings, to another Game Hoarder production. I am proud to present to you Eschalon, Book 3. The last in the trilogy by Basilisk Games. Welcome, folks. You've been on this journey with me since Book 1, and we have been tramping, traumatizing through this indie RPG epic together. This was released 4 years after Eschalon Book 2 in 2014. Okay, I had to let that epic music do its thing. Who's that character there on the right? Not RonStock, that's for sure. That's Luglug's little brother, Tiku. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. Time for a new adventure. Wait, more epic music is ensuing! That's good fucking music, folks. That's really good fucking music. Huh. I gotta change my panties. Boom shakalaka, let's get it. New adventure. Alright, same shit, different day, folks. We're back here at the character creation screen. I've already made a character. I didn't want to take too long. I wanted to jump right into this, so I didn't sit here and roll all day long. But it's the same deal. We have our male that is from Imayu, the long-forgotten people from the provinces of Wilderan. Lineage traced back to the earliest known civilizations of Eschalon. With the arrival of miners and profiteers from the mainland to Wilderan, much of the old world Imayu culture has been lost. Though the people of Imayu heritage remains very mystical and connected to nature. We will be nefarious, we will be a magic user. We're actually going to use our same face that we did in part 2. And throw all this shit together. And of course, to finish out the trilogy, we will be taking Mr. RonStock. We will be playing our hardcore mode once again. Eschalon Book 3 Prologue into the Wilds. You barely remember anything. Fragments mostly. You were in a chamber preparing to annihilate the last 2 Crux stones. Well, 2 of the Crux stones anyways. And then he appeared. The mysterious being known as the One. Give me the Crux stones! He demanded. You refused. He raised a metallic wand and unleashed a beam of energy intending to destroy your ass. Instead, the beam struck the Crux stone you held. In an uncontrollable cascade of energy, you were teleported far away. Look at the guns on RonStock. And now you've awoken stunned, confused, and weak. The only thing in your possession is the gemstone you held onto. The Crux of fucking Fire, baby! Oh yeah! Welcome to the ghetto! That's it! A flash of light, a sensation of rapid movement, and then a sudden stop. You're unsure of how much time has passed while you are unconscious. You open your eyes to find yourself deep within a marshy jungle. Morass trees surround you, looking like twisted creatures trying to desperately reach up and touch the sun through the heavy mist. Your clothes are shredded, and you are weak. If you are to survive, you must find supplies and begin rebuilding your strength and skills. Hopefully you're not far from some semblance of civilization, but only exploration will answer that. In your hands is the Crux of Fire, one of 4 mysterious gemstones that the creature called the One is likely to be looking for. It's the time to end this long quest, to find out what the Crux crystals do and why the One is trying to bring them together. Welcome, folks, to the finale, the end, part 3 of the trilogy. Let's do the damn thing. Alright, so here we are, once again, my friends, back with Mr. RonStock. Very similar layout to 2. There's not a lot of differences between book 2 and 3, but there are some. One thing that I'm excited to announce is when it rains, all of our electric-based spells, yes, we have electric-based spells now, do extra damage. So rain is good if we're shooting that lightning bolt. There's a few other differences, minor skill book changes, trainers are different. One of the things I found that was very interesting was now there's a mercantile trainer, so we can train in mercantile, which you'll notice I didn't take any in. But there's no divination trainer, so I went ahead and I took divination instead. This, of course, is not our character. Let's go ahead and load him up. I can't because there's creatures, apparently, which there really isn't. Alright, so here's the RonStock, the Warlock that I rolled. 16 strength. Didn't do so great in dex and speed, but again, I was ready and hyped to get into this game, so I did not spend too long rolling up the character. Did rather well beyond that. Endurance 14, intelligence and wisdom 15, concentration 15, and ended up with 30 to start in perception, which is it's always a good thing. And then we took 4 in divination and elemental, took a little light armor, and of course, we had to start with some unarmed combat in case I need to beat the shit out of some barrels. You never know. So that's how I am starting it. We are, of course, wiped of all abilities and everything else thereof. We're back to a level 1 layman. Lame ass. We have our quest journal. You have the Crux of Fire in your possession. It's a priceless gemstone with unknown powers. You need to learn more about it, but for your safety, do not reveal to anyone that you have it. Find a nearby village and speak to someone who knows about gemstones. A violent magical blast has teleported you to the unknown area. Explore your surroundings and collect any supplies that you might find. Try to locate a village or town in order to establish your current location. We have no idea where we are, folks, except that we're in the Weeping Mountain. No, I don't have cartography. We'll get it. We'll remap everything. You know the drill. This has added the stats and challenges. I'm not really interested in doing any of those. They're for, like, once you beat the game, you can come back and you can basically do the requirements for each of these challenges if you're trying to complete them. Right now, all these checks means that if we were to win the game right now, we would get these. Wealthy Lord, you need to end with 80,000 gold. Hellbringer, you need to kill at least 400 entities. We'll probably get that. That'll be the one we get. The Pacifist is only kill under exceptional circumstances. Total game kills must be less than 20. Non-lethal offense and defensive maneuvers. Fuck that. That's not how I roll. So yeah, here we are. Let's get busy. Welcome back, folks, to another Eschalon Boom Shakalaka Ghetto experience. Just ahead lies skeletal remains among the weeds at the edge of a marshy pond. Perhaps this person was an adventurer who fell victim to hunger or poison. Regardless, this is an opportunity for you to benefit from their misfortune. Search the remains for anything that might help you. Alright, we just learned our first spell. It's Spark. Now, I didn't start with Elemental 5, so unfortunately, I won't be able to cast level 3s. We're used to being able to cast our level 3 Flame Dart from the get-go. The reason is because, again, we can't train in Divination in Part 3 of Eschalon. We can train in Elemental, however. So that's the reason why I started at level 4. Because we can actually pay to take our Elemental up to level 8, which we probably won't do. I'm probably just going to level it. But I don't know. I might actually level it 1 to bring us up to 5 and then start pouring the rest into Divination. Because again, we cannot pay for Divination. We're going to need to dump a little bit of extra skill points in that. We won't be able to buy it up to level 8. And then spend the book to make it 10 in this. On the flip side of that, we can train to get mercantilism. So we're going to train and get that as early as we can. Obviously, you want to train in mercantilism first and foremost, because then you're getting the long-term benefits of buying and selling. It's a no-brainer. Don't argue with me. So we are stark-ass naked. You know from the past, you know, especially from the last game, RonStock loves running around with no pants. So he's going to run around with a commoner shirt and some hide sandals, no pants. He's got his pine cudgel hanging out. That goes right about there. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're no good with weapons. It's a bludgeoning weapon. And we have a plum cot. It's replaced apples. We have equipment layout 1 and 2. Pretty much the same presets as we had in the second game. Excuse me, second game. We have our keyring, which is back. We have our spell book. Alchemy looks identical. Yeah, everything is good to go. And we are RonStock level 1. We're going to, of course, follow the same schema that we did in the other games. Getting Cartography, getting Mercantilism up, and taking it from there. Oh, and we're also going to get into battles with giant cockroaches. Welcome to Fallout 1. Worse yet, we get to eat roach legs. Yes, roach legs are a consumable. They are the rat meat of this game. You notice that all around you are rock walls. You're in some kind of basin, perhaps a crater or dormant volcano. Ah, an old chest. It was likely left here by someone who wanted to hide a cache of valuables. Often thieves or pirates will stash their loot in remote areas. You should be cautious, as you never know if or when the owner of this chest will return for it. It is my chest now! Oh, Spark does not do that much. We're better just beating the shit out of the chest. We also have our perception up in the hopes that we will locate spot hidden areas as such. A rusted key on this gentleman. Come to Papa. Again, you do not need spot hidden. But if your perception isn't high enough, you might not catch all the caches. It's a dice roll, though. I think every time we walk by this area, it's doing a quick check and seeing if we pass. We found the other one pretty easily. Let's come back to it. There are several areas of Candesium dust that we can find. What does it do for me? I do not know. However, we have this rusted key, and I believe it goes to this rusted chest to give us some starter health and mana. There she is. I was in the wrong spot. Ahead you see a keg of black powder, probably left from when this area was a blast mine. Be careful. If you strike a barrel, it will likely explode. Strategically placed powder kegs can blast open locked doors and chests, and can remove most kinds of wooden barriers. You could pick it up and take it with you if you think it might be useful elsewhere, but be aware that it will likely be heavy. Holy fuck, I gotta carry these things around again? I'm quite hungry. $100 gold pieces. Just starting us off nice and easily. You can see we're not getting mana back quite as quickly as we were in Book 2 at the end. 5 mana per step. Now we're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About one mana back per 9 steps? But we're only at 30 perception, folks. We'll fix that in no time. Seems like they... I don't know, did they slow it down again? I don't know if they nerfed mages a little bit, but I definitely felt really powerful in Book 2. I was fucking shit up, let's be honest. A cooled lava flow. This basin is very likely a dormant volcano. Judging from the amount of tree growth and swampy ground, this volcano has not been active for 100 years. It kinda sounds like your penis, Game Hoarder. That was a low blow, and you know I get laid on the daily, RonStock, so... Even though her name is Right Hand. Alright, more roach legs. Not very filling, but we'll take it. I'm already feeling the anxiety of wanting my draw water and create food spell. Here comes darkness. I don't have cat's eye. I don't have grave digger flames. Fuck. I got a torch. They started me with a single torch. God bless their soul. You found a secret area. 52 experience points. It's the fabulous adventures of Captain Hale. This is the Cartography skill book. Now here's the question. Do we want to just get Cartography now and start getting the basics? Then we can train up to 8, which means we'll train 7 levels. It'll save us a whole 100 gold. But we'll start having a little map starting now. Or do we save it like we've always done in the past? Go find the trainer, who is definitely not in the first town. We gotta go and make a run for the cartographer again, like we did in game 2. And then we can train up to 8 eventually, or whatever, and use the book, or 5. 5's good, and then use the book to get to 7. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. You guys leave me in the comments. Do we read the book now and say fuck it? And then we can just train up to 7 or 8, it doesn't matter. Or do we wait and get the free 2 skill points? You'll have time to respawn because I'm going to be gone for the next day and a half. As I mentioned in Eschalon 2, I'm going to be in a concert in Houston all of Friday and half of Saturday. But I'm going to come back and we are going to definitely knock out some more Eschalon Book 3 Saturday evening. Very excited to complete this game and have the Eschalon trilogy under my belt. And I have such a RPG indie bone to pick. I'm really excited to show you guys what I'm going to be starting next. Arrows. I don't think I'm going to fuck with arrows. But I'm going to beat the shit out of this barrel because there might be food inside of it. There's jerky. I can't eat it because I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a strange piece of dried shit. I like that he automatically put out the torch there. Having a lot of fun with this series. Great games. Nothing but love for the Eschalon. Obviously, I've been enjoying them. We've been banging it out. This rocky pathway leads downward away from the volcanic peak towards the forest below. From here, you can more clearly see the shape of the volcanic cone rising above the forest. I got a volcanic cone. Alright, and we're getting into the lush, verdant area outside of Weeping Mountain. So that secret area where we found the cartography book, remember in the first game we had the Easter eggs, 3 eggs we put on the pedestals, and in the second game we had the 4 bells. This game doesn't have those. This game has secret areas. There's 30 of them. That first area gave us 50 plus our bonus for being on hardcore mode. And every area that we find after that gives us double. So the second area, is going to give us 50 multiplied by the number of secrets we found. So 50 times 1 is 1. The next area is 50 times 2. We'll get 100 XP. The third area is 50 times 3. We'll get 150 and 200, 250, 300, so on and so forth until we get, 1,500 for area 30. I'm not sure how much that is total. It was a free level in the first game. It was 30,000 experience in the second game. But that's the way it works in this game. There's a bunch of secret areas, and we are going to find all 30 together, you and me. Here we are in Rockhammer. Let's blast some cockroaches. Well, it's worth 13 gold. When your punching does more than your spark spell. Perfect. Unarmed, such a great skill to start with. Alright, we are in Rockhammer now. Coming up on our first town. Rockhammer Mining Corp. The general manager. You see a grizzled dwarvish man who's covered in dirt and smells like moldy potatoes. He looks a bit surprised to see you. Well, hello there. I've never seen you before, so that must mean you're new to Rockhammer, yes? My name's Morwin, and I'm the general manager of Rockhammer Mine. What brings you off to this far fucking place? This might sound strange, but I think I was teleported here. I remember a flash of light, and then I awoke atop the nearby volcano. Morwin looks at you with an expression of disbelief. Teleported, you say? Perhaps you've been hitting the mall today or too hard. Sometimes it happens with me. I start to drinking and never know where I might wake up. He chuckles heartily, but then notices you're not participating in his humor. Well, okay then. What you're saying is a bit outside my area of expertise. I'd advise you speak with Arima, our resident gemologist. She dabbles a bit in that magical hocus-pocus stuff. She can help you understand how you got teleported here. Please, feel free to stay in Rockhammer while you get your bearings. Spend the gold in your pocket. We always got the jobs, and you can do a bit more to earn a bit more, he says as he flashes you a wink. Can you tell me where Rockhammer's located? Or are you playing with me? Do you mean to say you do not even know where in the world you are? My friend, you're in the Wildering province near Weeping Mountain in the South Parish. It's not my type of place you just wander into. We're surrounded by swamp and forest and all sorts of wild things. You definitely would have remembered passing through all of that to get here. Morin shakes his head. I guess you weren't lying about being teleported here, so listen up. Don't go wandering off into the wilds until you're prepared and well supplied. Fucking got a bug in my throat. The insects are menacing enough on their own. And if you survive those, the bandits and buccaneers will happily cut your throat for a few gold coins in your pocket. You understand? Is there no other city in all of Wilderin? Well, yeah, it's Moonrise, of course. Ever heard of it? It's a port city, perhaps 2 days' walk northwest. Officially, it is not part of Wilderin since it is on an island claimed by the province of Thermor. It's never been a pleasant place, but after the fall of Thermor, it's become self-governed by a bunch of buccaneers, black market traders, and outlaws. You really don't want to go there. Other than Moonrise, you might find a caravan or two roaming the wilds. That's about it. Thank you for the information. I need to earn some coinage. What jobs do you have for me? Well, I do have a job that no one here seems to be interested in. Have you seen all those goddamn bog roaches crawling around these parts? Well, down in the mine itself, it appears a matron has built a nest inside the winch control room. As new roaches hatch from the egg, they often get stuck in the winch gears, which come up the mechanism needed for pulling the carts up from the deep mine. Why don't you go down there and see if you can take care of that old matron roach, the old queen cunt of them all, and destroy all her offspring, and come back to me. Oh, and don't forget to destroy the eggs as well. Sure, killing giant insects is something I have a lot of experience doing. Oh, wonderful. You have my permission to enter the mine and take care of a pest problem. You won't have to go far to find the winch control room. Come back and see me when the job is finished. What news have you about the surrounding area? News? Funny you should ask, because I was about to inquire the same from you. News is slow to make its way here to Rockhammer, so we usually rely on outsiders like you to fill us in at the latest rumors. Morin tugs on a wiry tuft of hair hanging from his chinny chin-chin. Let me think. The last thing I heard was that the war had moved north from Thermor to Mistfell. A few of the smaller towns had fallen, but Port Kudad was holding strong as of 3 months ago. The Dwarven Alliance has closed off all entry into the northern expanse, and I can guarantee and nothing will get through the Dwarven blockade. What is the Dwarven Alliance? There are 3 main dwarf clans of the northern expanse: the Dagenbooms, the Brumbletons, and the Greystones. We keep to ourselves for the most part. Centuries of quarrels over mining rights and the family disputes have left each other clan bitter about one another. However, in the light of war rising from the south, the 3 clans have aligned together to form a Dwarven defensive brigade powerful enough to stop any invasion into the Northlands. Oh, believe me, Longtall, if the goblins and Torax want to meet us dwarves on the battlefield, we'll deliver a bloodbath upon them, unmatched in the annals of Eschalon. I can only hope that when the time comes, I'll be able to stand beside my brethren with axe in hand. I think I've cleared all the roaches from the mine. You haven't done jack shit. You haven't even fucking left my building yet. I spoke to the foreman of the mine just a short while ago. There's mad roach shit everywhere. Make sure you're destroying those egg sacs and that big motherfucker. Slapping the shit out of barrels. Slapping the shit out of barrels all day long. Punching wood, that's what I do. I like to punch the wood. So this is a good little storage area for myself. This is where we will store shit. Speaking of which, we're going to store this. Guess we'll store the iron ore. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that. That's gonna be our little home with no bed. Okay, take some lockpicks. Oh, look at that. Little cloud effect, I believe, is new. The 4-4 ground. Little aerial effect. Here's our trustworthy well, which we love. I just noticed that water weighs weight. Imagine that. We're gonna run into lots of little secret areas like this, where it might get annoying. That looks like the path comes from that direction. The fuck was that? Oh, it's locked. We have to come back with our lock melt later. Alright, welcome to Wilderin. Well, we're down here in Rockhammer. This is the Weeping Mountain where we started. And we have all this to explore. So much fun. This shop appears to specialize in minerals and gemstones, and most likely serves as the merchant for raw material recovered from the nearby mine. As you enter the store, you notice a fair dwarvish woman with fire-red braided hair who is sorting smooth, colorful rocks into various bins. She turns to greet you as you approach. "Hello, Longtall. Welcome to my mineral shop. What brings you in today?" "You must know a lot about gemstones. What can you tell me of a gem called the Crux of Fire?" "Oh, so you're interested in the Crux legends, are you? Well, they say there are 4 Crux gemstones in all, with the Crux of Fire being one of them. Supposedly they are pure stone candesium crystals which carry intense magical energy. The current rumor, perpetuated by gossipers and wandering bards, is that a dwarf lord, Brumbleton of Duranor, possessed the Crux of Fire. But recently, a thief stole the gem from his mine. I don't really believe the story. Oh, but I'm sure Brumbleton did have a nice gemstone stolen from him. But I doubt it was one of the legendary Crux. He's known to exaggerate his own financial worth. As for me, I think the Crux stones are just legends. I don't believe they can exist. I've never even seen a candesium crystal that was even larger than just a tiny pebble. Candesium generally comes from the mine, looking like a shimmering sand." "Candesium sounds like it has fascinating properties." It's a crystal that's used by practitioners of magic. Skillful blacksmiths can add candesium to molten steel, imbuing weapons and armor with enchantments. Wands become significantly more powerful when crafted with candesium, and potions brewed with plants that have naturally absorbed candesium from the soil are exceptionally potent. We dwarves do not have much use for it, though. We certainly value anything that other people will pay gold for. We stockpile the candesium that we extract from the mine, and if our market value ever increases, we'll surely profit well from our supply. Right now, candesium just barely pays for the cost of extracting it. "It seems to me that candesium would be more valuable than it is." giving it unique magical properties. The average person has no need or want from Candasium dust, and only a few artisans of magic devices can utilize it in a productive way. More so, Candasium is considered a dangerous material. It's rumored that if you swallow it or handle Candasium with your bare hands for a great amount of time, you'll become gravely ill. They say your hair will fall out, your skin will blister, and you'll wither away until death takes you. I cannot confirm this. I rarely touch it, and I'm certainly not foolish enough to eat any. We store it away in lead containers just to be safe. Say, I bet your name is RonStock, am I right? That is amazing! How did you know my name? Ah, she proclaims loudly. I knew it! You see, 2 weeks ago, a human lady came in here and asked if I had seen anyone matching your description. I said no, I had not. She then told me that there's a good chance that someone matching your description with your name would come to visit this store. She said you'd probably be very curious about Candasium and might even ask about the Crux legends. Sure enough, here you are. I can hardly believe it myself. I am to give you a very important message. Who is this woman you speak of? She said her name was Lilith, and that you two had met each other a while back. She's tall, slender, dark hair, blue eyes, and very big titties. When I asked why she thought you'd come to this store, she said that you were traveling through these parts and would likely have questions that only a gym specialist would be able to answer. She said it was highly probable that you'd seek out a merchant such as myself. Arima chuckles. She gave me a couple $100 gold just to do this one task for her. Watch for your arrival and to give you a message. Easiest gold I ever earned. Well then, what the fuck is the message? She said it's imperative to contact her. She said she made camp straight west of here, on the Balsilt Dunes. She didn't give me exact location, but she said you'd be able to find her. Arima points to a chart on the wall which shows sun and moon faces. She said she'll remain there until the end of the summer season, which is approaching soon. After that, she'd return to the mainland. You shouldn't waste too much time if you plan to meet her. Thank you. You've been most helpful. I'm at your service, Long Tall. What can I do for you? Do you have any work? I could use some gold. As a matter of fact, I do. I'm in need of 10 pearls for a dwarf who wishes to present his bride-to-be with a unique gift. As you know, pearls don't come from the mine. They can only be found within giant clams that nest the beach. I am very experienced with giant clams. If you can gather me 10 pearls, I'll pay you full market value. Any other vendor will just offer you wholesale. Are you interested? Yes, I'm always interested in clams. Especially the bearded ones. Oh, thank you so much. You can find giant clams on nearly any beach in the area, but please be careful. Those clams will snap shut the moment you reach your hand in the field for pearl. You must be very swift to avoid getting injured. Also, I need 10 pearls, no less. I will not pay you for 4, or 7, or 9. Only fucking 10. Understand? I know how to count. Thank you. Smooth rocks of various colors. Upon entering the tavern, you see a tired, middle-aged woman wearing a stained apron around her waist. She's gathering empty glasses from tables and brushing crumbs to the floor with a dingy rag. Without even looking up, she says in a cheerful tone, "Come in, sit down. What'll it be?" "I'm looking for information. What can you tell me of this area?" "What can I tell you about it? Rockham is as far away from civilization as you can get. I've grown to enjoy this place, but it wasn't easy. We get very few visitors to this town, and the only real profit I make is when the mine is closed for the day and all the dwarves come in to clean me out for food and drink. Wildren is mostly isolated from the rest of the world, and I guess that's what I like about it. I occasionally hear stories from travelers of Thermore falling to goblins and marauders invading Misfell, and I feel secure knowing that we were so far away from all that. There is nothing here that would bring war to this region." "Do you ever return to the mainland?" I've not been back in years. I grew up in Thermal, actually. I left long before the trouble started with the goblins in Oriker. I haven't heard from my family in a long time, so I can only assume they never made it out. Honestly, I didn't have much contact with them after I left Thermal. Besides, it's not that easy to get back there. There's only one ferry that goes across the mainland from here, and it is all the way up by Macross Point. The few roads which traverse Wildren are filled with pirates and cutthroats. The only safe way to get there is to travel with a caravan. But they only come and go from Rockhammer a couple times per year. Is Rockhammer the only bit of civilization in all of Wildren? Well, there's the port city of Moonrise far to the northwest. It's a rough-ass place. I've never been there myself. Unless you're looking for trouble, I'd advise you stay away. Many of us depend on nomadic traders that bring goods in from the mainland, and you might come across a caravan in your travels. Do you got any whack? Maybe, if you ever tried to collect a debt from a dwarf. I guarantee you it's more difficult than slaying a dragon. A foreman of mine is a dwarf named Logi. He thinks just because he's a foreman he can ignore his tab here at the tavern. He owes me 300 gold, and he seems to have no intention of paying it off. If you could collect this gold from him, I'll give you 1/3 of the cut of it. I can go have a little talk with Logi. I'm sure he just needs a little bit of persuasion. Great, you'll likely find him down in the mine now, in his office. Bring me the gold when you get it. Bitch, what do you got for sale? I'm just joking, you can't have my awesome book. I can't afford shit anyways. But I can certainly check out what you have in your barrels. I love bread. And I love more bread and lettuce and shit. Fucking yum yum. Oh, she is also... So, in order to train with certain people in this game, you have to do quests for them first. So, she actually trains in pick locks, lore, and mercantile. But until we do the quest for her, she will not train us. So yeah, we want to get down to them fucking mines real quick. Rockhammer tools and repairs. This shop is hot, and the air is heavy with an acrid scent of smelted ore and ash. The gust of fresh air that rushes in when you open the door draws the attention of a tall, lean man who's busy hammering away at a glowing piece of iron. Hello there, come in, I don't recognize you. You must be a visitor to our mining operation, eh? My name's Seamus, and this is my tool shop. What can I do for you? What do you do here in Rockhammer? Well, I'm the official toolmaker for Rockhammer Mine. Most folk find it odd that a dwarf should employ a human as the toolmaker, since dwarves are such masterful blacksmiths themselves. Well, it's a long story, but suffice to say, I'm happy to have this job. I have time. I would like to hear your story, and so would all the hordlings watching. Well, when I was much younger, I was chosen to be apprenticed to the great dwarven blacksmith Gamgish Horncrush. It was an honor, as I was the first human ever to be allowed to see how the dwarves worked their steel, to learn their secrets for forging great weapons. Seamus sighs, looking down at his soot-covered hands. Unfortunately, I didn't have the skills to master their techniques. Gamgish would be furious, throwing metal scraps at me when I would make a mistake. He even took a poking at me with a red-hot iron, leaving scars all over my butthole. Eventually, he realized I was never going to master the dwarven ways of smithing, and he released me from my apprenticeship. I was so disgraced that I was unable to find work anywhere. So, how did you end up here? The dwarf lord who originally sponsored my apprenticeship showed me sympathy, counseling me on the position of toolmaker for his cousin's mine. So here I've been for 26 years. It's not what I wanted in life. I truly wished to be a great weaponsmith. I wanted to forge armor of virtue and craft swords that could win battles. Alas, these are my dreams of a foolish child. Now I'm an old-ass man spending my days repairing tools and fixing minecarts.
I'm sure you could craft a fine weapon if you wanted to.
Seamus chuckles as he drops his hammer onto the anvil with a deafening ring. Perhaps I could. I might not be able to craft a master sword, but I'm sure I can make a decent weapon if I had access to the right tools. All I have here are tools designed for repairing things. It takes a good crafting hammer to be able to actually make weapons or armor. I never bothered to acquire one because I haven't had the need for it.
If I find you a crafting hammer, will you make me some really cool shit?
Seamus smiles at your offer. Sure, I suppose so. Really cool shit is awesome. To be honest, that would be an enjoyable change of pace for me. Yeah, you'll find me a precision crafting hammer, and in exchange, I'll make you the best piece of fucking armor or weapon that I can. I won't promise a masterpiece, but I promise a masterpiece. It'll likely be better than anything you're using, you fucking mage.
I will find you a hammer.
Thank you. I look forward to it. It's always nice to see a friendly face. What can I do for you?
I am far from friendly, trust me.
I'm gonna grab my little powder keg here. Really close to leveling. Getting our first level.
Tasty roach leg. My fucking favorite.
There's our first level. We're, of course, just going to start pumping perception up. I think I'm going to go divination. It's going to be interesting, the change here, because we might be able to get to the elemental trainer in time to have him train us 6, 7, and 8, which we can pay to have those points put in. I'm going to go and upgrade this to Spark level 3. I don't know. We'll see how it works. It's interesting how the game changes. And there are different secret areas that are very interesting on how to get to them. There's one off here to the west, it looks like, but I don't think I can get to it at this point. So it's going to all just kind of come together as it usually does. But for now, I'm going to leave that barrel there. Always got that dealer hat. Where's that grand hat? Where's that grand mage's hat at? Let's just drop that like it's hot. Alright, we're a level 2 greenhorn. Woohoo! We'll be back later to rob all the homes of their chesticles. This is nothing new. I like that I started with a little bit of extra strength over normal. 16. I went ahead and accepted the hit on Dex and Speed because those are mostly for other classes. We'll take a little bit of a hit on Armor. But being able to start with a good Endurance, 15 on Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma, or excuse me, Concentration, and having our 30 in Perception to start, it was good. I took it. Probably not the best roll, but definitely a good roll. Good starting stats. Everything double digits. Anyone that's an Echelon person will tell you at least have everything starting in the double digits. Of course, you can get lucky and have rolls that are just like straight up 12s, 13s, 14s. Emmett Southern Pass. Okay. Well, we don't want to go there yet. We're going to stick to this map for this particular video. We are starting Echelon Book 3. I feel like I just started Book 1 not long ago. It's been a while since I've ripped through gaming content like this and uploaded on a daily. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I'm finding a little bit of inspiration from this game to be able to do that. Alright, there is a entrance here somewhere. This is the second secret area. As you can see, it's now 100 XP instead of 50. We're getting a little bit of bonus XP because we're on hardcore mode. We're getting some gold. That's all that's out here. You're always going to get that XP and then some kind of reward. And by the way, our spark spell now does extra damage. Of course, I put my torch out of commish. Where is the first location? We have our travel locations here. Did I miss it already? I'm pretty sure it should be in this first town. So the story behind this pentagram is that it doesn't lead to anything in this game. It's placed here as an anchor point for future fan-made mods. Interesting. So the geomarker, where the fuck is it? It's somewhere here in town. Oh, yeah, the big globe. Should probably click on it. This spot mocks the claim of Lord Haggis Dagenboom for the exclusive mineral rights to Weeping Mountain and all surrounding peaks and hills. Please see General Manager Morwin Dagenboom if you're inquiring about work. Boom. There we go. We got a rock hammer on the map. I want to just stay up all night and play fucking Eschalon, but I gotta go to bed now. I got to be up early to ride out to Houston for a concert. But I'd rather be video gaming. Oh, we could check the vase. Some reagents, some willow bark. Alright, I want to make sure we have rock hammer wrapped up. And we do need to go to the rock hammer mine. Maybe that's where we'll end the video, because we have to do our questicle there so that we can start training in mercantile. Holy shit, look at all these quests we have already. Side quest, I'm guessing main quest. I'm still walking around pretty naked without shit. It's okay. We love that early game naked shit. Alright, collecting a debt. Making sure we have all the questicles. Exterminator at your service. Meeting with Lilith. A string of pearls. Hammer for Seamus. Yeah. Alright, we got all the questicles in town. I think going into Rockhammer would be the next best bet of things to do. However, Rockhammer is very large. I have a feeling we're going to be fighting lots of cockroaches. And hopefully getting lots of cool items. But we won't know until the next video. Thanks for watching, folks. Welcome to Eschalon, Book 3, the finale in the trilogy. Hope you all have been enjoying it as much as I have been. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.